All right, we're live. Let's see here. Let's see if I can. Twitter. All right. Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay. I see Melissa. Some other people. Let's see here. So we went to do the show tonight, and we've had some technical difficulties. It is first show, so understandable. Um, so I'm gonna wait for a minute to really get into explanation here, just to see if we get any more views on here. It's only been a minute, 49 seconds. I feel like I owe some clarity because I did say that I was going to get online and with a bunch of people, and we were going to do this tonight. And of course, as things go, we had technical difficulties. So I'm going to hop over and see if I can't tag a couple people. And see if anybody. Let's see here. Just waiting before I get into any long-winded going on here. Okay, you see Farouk's here. Blue Mark, Joel, Robert, Pray for Texas, Astral Kitten, Mary Contrary, HF. Okay, good enough. We'll start now. So I'm going to start a little bit about who I am first. So my name's Eugene Wilkie. I own a company called Now Solar, Seven Summit Greens. I don't know. I've got some stuff. My primary background is renewable energy. I've been doing renewables for 30 years now, over 30 years, to be real. My story is this. So until I was 12, I grew up in a commune, a cult, called Christian House. We left that because the man that was the leader of it became my stepfather. So we moved out to the reservation. My real father is Native American. So anyways, we ended up out on the Swan Reservation, and that's where I grew up until I was 15 years old. And one day my stepdad decided to beat me, and I told him, if he ever touched me again, I'd wait till he was asleep. So I went to college at 15. I was really blessed to have some intellectual behind me. And in university, I got really interested in renewable energy. Growing up, my grandfather was electrical, and he taught me electrical growing up. So, my first solar that I ever installed was, I think, at 14 years old. I was fascinated with it, and so I ended up traveling the world, building businesses and building a lot of renewable energy everywhere, mainly through Latin America, though. But I've been on every continent. Um, in 2014, 2015, this thing started happening out in the tribes. I work with tribes very, very much. My grandmother said I had to. But anyways, this thing started happening out on the pipelines. And so I started supporting that. I'm a renewable guy. I just felt like it was, part of what I do, right? So started supporting that, and Trump rolled down the escalator. And I knew right there, man, we were all felons if we stayed. So I scooted and went and did a Sundance with the Lakota, and went home and started immediately resisting Trump. And I've been doing it since late 2015. Watching what's going on, and I have the ability to have my own companies, and it's not financially hard on me, but I watched a huge amount of folks online that they were not getting paid to do this, but man, they were the loudest voices, and why I believe Biden actually had a chance. I watched the Women's March, and I saw something happen of those same people got online and they began to practice what they were preaching. And I just felt like, hey, as my business account, I began amplifying them. My business account got really big, and I really upset Mega. And I lost all my business accounts. It was really hard for us as business to lose our social media side. I had articles that hit 300 million in views. Lost them. There's CNN links that don't go anywhere now on my articles. But I started interconnecting back with the people that had helped me become that large account. And a large portion of them were women. And I keep going back to that because I'm seeing something online, and that is, I watched a bunch of money come out of these same women into PACs. And I got this thing about money. It's a tool. It is not something to be greedy with. So taking that a bit personal, we were going to open stores across America, green renewable stores, which then turned in we're going to do virtual renewable stores and follow those with brick and mortar stores. Just because of COVID and everything going on right now, I just felt that was the better solution. What I started seeing was this resist thing's not over. There's still some serious rot inside of DC. Well, you can't ask people to just keep going on without paying for it. I mean, we ran into this out on the pipelines, man. If it wasn't for some folks with some money, people out there wouldn't have eaten. So, thinking about this, we've all come to the conclusion what we really are, we're a social movement that has figured out a way to pay for ourselves. And I want to open this up to everybody. But right now, what I have is a core group of people that have the talent to help me put this together to bring it to you. And, I'm sorry that this talent wasn't able to come tonight, but we'll be online tomorrow with the full show. And you'll see what we're doing. So I just wanted to hop on tonight and apologize and say, hey, we are doing this, and we'll be on tomorrow night around this time. I'll tweet it out. But we're going to start hearing from the real voices of people that lost accounts, and there was a lot of them. We're going to hear from people that were scared to jump into this because of what it would do to their businesses. I have one guy inside of us, very successful businessman. getting ready to launch a company public. Um, yeah, if he would have come online, he'd have lost all that. So now that Biden's in, we can start coming forward. I can bring some of these people forward that, they got babies. They can't jeopardize raising their family. I understood that, and I didn't hold it against them, and they're very willing to jump back on and help us. So there that is. So the first group is going to be, this is really hard for me to do by myself. I'm so used to interacting with folks online that doing this alone right now is a little tough for me. I'm losing track. But we will be on our next show. After we do this one tomorrow, I'm trying to put together some women that will get on and talk about some of the same things that you'll watch us talk about. I want to hear, you're going to hear stories about immigrants that came here to America that just went through the last 4 years and how this affected them. I think that is a story that must be told if we're going to heal this racist worm that's gotten into America. It's not gotten in, it's been here a long time. I think that there's been enough children that have now been educated that are looking at the adults going, this isn't going to fly anymore. And I'm hoping that that's the case. But some of those racist people have children and are feeding this stuff to them. So, education. So I have decided that, I'm going to start spending some money on this education side. And we're going to start educating just like we did the last 4 years. I was so proud of how everybody fact checked. I threw stuff out that, I wasn't sure if it was a fact or not, and how fast people got on and fact checked that really impressed me. So it taught me that this education thing, it works. But I don't think we're going to educate Mr. Abbott in Texas. But I think there's a lot of people in Texas that, when they hear us renewable people say, no, that's not the truth. And here's the facts. Your infrastructure is down because your government won't pay for infrastructure to get our power out is the real reason. So I'm going to get off now. I just wanted to hop on real quick and say thank you, everybody. I apologize for getting on and saying I got a big secret and we weren't able to get on, but we'll be on tomorrow. It's technical difficulties, and man, I'm surprised that we actually are where we're at. So I want to thank the team for working very hard on making this happen, and it will happen tomorrow. Have a really great evening, and we really look forward to interacting with you all and get these conversations going. I want to hear from Resist. I want to hear from all the people that have put their hearts out there. So let's do this. All right. Have a good evening.